No, there is absolutely zero chance I'm watching The Mandalorian anymore at all. Period. You can watch, and I'm not paying for Disney Plus either, and you shouldn't either. This is absolutely pathetic.
Did Jeremy just say you shouldn't pay for Disney? Did Jeremy just try to cancel Disney Plus as a response to cancel culture? My word. That's wheels within wheels. I never knew. I mean, So I found out about this news story yesterday for the first time. I did not know that Gina was a right-winger. I didn't know that she was espousing very conservative views online on the Twitters, and I kind of found that out all at once. And then immediately when I found out about this, I was like, this is just a gift to the right-wingosphere. Yeah, the right-wingosphere that have been complaining about the marginalization of white people, the marginalization of white men, the plight of the white. You go woke, you go broke. That crew, they've just gotten weeks of content. Now they have a cause. They have a cause they can all rally behind, and this is going to be the one. And now they have their hero in the form of Gina Carano. She was fired from The Mandalorian after posting on social media. Lucasfilm says Gina Carano is no longer a part of The Mandalorian cast after many online called for her firing over social media posts that liken the experience of Jews during the Holocaust to the US political climate, aka the plight of being a conservative in America. A spokesperson with the production company said in a statement on Wednesday that Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, with no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Carano fell under heavy criticism after she posted that Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. The actor continued to say, because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily go around rounding up thousands of Jews, the government first made its own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Carano, who played the recurring character Cara Dune on the Star Wars series, deleted the post, but it was widely shared online and spurred the hashtag #FireGinaCarano hashtag to trend. Her character appeared in several episodes of the second season of The Mandalorian, a series about a bounty hunter and his quest to unite a powerful, young user of the Force with a Jedi Knight. Dune, who in the second season is a law person on a frontier planet, frequently teams up with the title character to fight old nemesis, remnants of the evil Galactic Empire. Now, I noticed Tim Pool right away wanted to sound off on this, so Tim Pool said that apparently Pedro Pascal is just as bad, but y'all won't do anything about Pedro Pascal because he's based and everyone loves him. Oh no, now they want to fire Pedro. I used to like Pedro. Mandalorian is a good show. Now that we know Pedro is a Nazi, so what do we do? Hashtag this is America. Germany 1944, America 2018. Now, it's kind of just, I'd say, a rule on the internet in general. If you're going to compare anything to the Holocaust, you are inviting a lot of criticism, because there's no way that anyone on either side of the political spectrum is ever going to be able to sit there and be like, well, that's apt, or that's just, or you know what, astute. That's an astute comment, and I agree. That's just, it's not going to happen. So while it may be incendiary to many, what Pedro Pascal is pointing out here is that both Nazi Germany and modern day ICE facilities locked up children in cages. That is just factually correct. I'm not saying that to incite any kind of flame war online. I can already probably assume that the comments in YouTube are going to fill with that kind of stuff. But that's what is being pointed out here. That is not the same as saying the Holocaust and the conditions that led to the Holocaust are comparable to the current day political atmosphere of what it's like to be a right-wing MAGA supporter. That is incendiary. That is inflammatory. That is what some people will say, well, you are engaging in downplaying the significance of the Holocaust by saying such things. But anyways, to Tim Pool, the two are identical, so why haven't they fired Pedro Pascal? Why is this tweet still up kind of stuff? This was in 2018. How could he? Let's listen to what some of the neckbeards of the internet have to say about this. I'm sure they're not entirely pleased.
I got a message informing me that Gina Carano has been fired from Star Wars. Indeed, she has been fired from all Lucasfilm projects moving forward. I'm going to go ahead and present you...
Oh, what is that? Okay, so some of you might not be familiar with the lore we're going down right now. This is Doomcock. Yeah, Doomcock. Doomcock is basically a neo-Nazi who's got a neo-Nazi channel on BitChute where he dresses up like a villain in Wolfenstein. I'm not making that up. Like he actually, the pageantry is incredible. Like obviously the whole master race shit is kind of yikes, but the pageantry. Typically, he goes the extra mile, you know, his entire facade, it looks like he spent a lot of time making it, you know? I mean, it might have been an awkward conversation for his wife, who was wondering why exactly he was putting LEDs into this modern day Nazi mask. But anyways, that's what he does on BitChute. When he's not on BitChute, he recruits the kids over on the YouTubes with this other character, Doomcock. So this is Doomcock, who typically talks about, you know, anti-SJW bullshit kind of stuff, saving pop culture from, you know, the go woke, go broke. Basically, if there's representation outside of cis white males, it's a problem, and it's a problem that needs to be ended.
With the news as I received it, and then I'll try to share my thoughts on this matter because this is bigger than just Star Wars. This has to do with cancel culture, with freedom of speech, and the corporate homogenization of our public discourse. The Hollywood Reporter has published this article, The Mandalorian star Gina Carano fired amid social media controversy. Quote, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future, Lucasfilm said in a statement. Gina Carano will not be returning to The Mandalorian or the Star Wars galaxy after sharing a post on social media inferring that being a Republican today is like being Jewish during the Holocaust. Quote, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm.
I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, considering he's like a neo-Nazi LARPer, he might have some issues with this entire thing that go a little bit below the surface.
While I absolutely cannot support the tweet that she sent out or the Instagram post that she liked.
Oh, surprising. Okay, today, twist. Everyone can surprise you at some point, you know? God never opens a window without closing a door. That's what they say.
Nevertheless, what does the firing of Gina Carano have to say about the state of our culture at this time? Was it a stupid thing to say? It certainly was. But doesn't freedom of speech include the right to say stupid and offensive things if those...
What do you think any of this has to do with freedom of speech? All this has to do with is her contract. Her contract with Mickey Mouse. That's it. That's all this is. Did you sign a very extensive contract with Lucasfilm and Mickey Mouse? You probably did. Did that contract have a clause in it? Probably a morality clause, because they usually do. You know, if there's one thing Disney, and by the way, I fucking hate Disney as a corporation, but if there's one thing Disney do, it's having a squeaky clean image all the time. You know, it's a magical fantasy land of happiness. No one has genitals. Have you noticed? None of the Disney characters have vaginas or penises. It's because such things don't exist. It's a wonderful place. There's just happiness and sugar and no orgasms, which now that I think about it sounds kind of hellish. But anyways, that's Disney for you, and that's what they're fine with. That's totally good. And so she probably signed a contract with them that said, hey, by the way, if you go on the Twitters or social media or any of your kind of things and you misrepresent things that could then be misconstrued as something having to do with Disney, or if you just say inflammatory statements, it could be even as aggressive as being like, you just can't say shit. You know, it doesn't matter what the contract was. You probably signed that contract because why wouldn't you? It's a huge thing. You got the Star Wars franchise. You get to be in multiple episodes of an incredibly popular show. It's going to be the gravy train for a long time. That's probably why you signed it. This is not a matter of free speech.
It is never safe speech that has to be defended. It's controversial speech, offensive speech. Anyone can defend the statements of someone like Maya Angelou or the Pope, but are we willing to ruin the lives of people over mistakes they make on social media? I despise cancel culture. I despise when Twitter mobs and corporate boardrooms take it upon themselves to cancel someone because of things they said, tweets they liked, associations they made that were perhaps deemed undesirable. Now, they have finally come for Gina Carano. After Beep Bop Boop, after making jokes about masks, after this admittedly offensive Instagram post. I get why Disney did what they did, but I hate it just the same. Because I love Gina Carano. I think she's a wonderful woman who isn't thoughtful or strategic, perhaps, about the things she does on social media.
Is that true? Did they all love Gina before this? Was Gina like their white knight, and then all of a sudden this happened and it's ruined their world? He does look sad. It's weird. I didn't think like the penis tip mask could like emote emotions, but like he does genuinely look sad. All it takes is, I guess, just like if you're like that, that's enough. But okay, I didn't know they've adored her for so long. I'm gonna have to look through the back catalog, you know, to see if that's entirely true. I'm guessing
Greetings.
there's gonna be an endless supply of videos on Gina, right? And how great Gina is. Pedro Pascal's meltdown. Empress rising from the grave. Mandalorian review. Doomcock reviews The Mandalorian. Grace under fire. Gina Carano assaulted on Twitter, refuses to bend a knee. Okay, there's one video. She wasn't willing to bend to the woke mobs. Still scrolling. Just one video. Still scrolling. Oh, now we're over a year. Mandalorian review. Okay, so you had one video, one other video praising Gina. Okay. Well, fair enough. Let's check out what the other side of the internet thinks about this.
Leave a like on this video. I need you to leave a comment on this video. I need you to share this video. I need you to, if you are a current subscribing member of Disney Plus, to...
Oh, I'll subscribe to Disney Plus. How it started. So this is what the neckbeards originally said about Gina. Fans furious over Cara Dune from The Mandalorian and other female characters. The Mandalorian. Cara Dune triggers outrage by being female in Star Wars. Mandalorian. Proof of the SJW lies. Episode 4. Is Cara Dune a Mary Sue? Cara Dune is a feminist agenda pushing Mary Sue. Hot garbage. I'm gonna ruin your Johnson. The Mandalorian episode 4 is woke garbage. New plan. Give me your pulsar rifle. Is scared by the ATST. He hands his gun over to Cara and watches her single-handedly taking it down. He comes afterwards to throw a pathetic grenade at the already defeated Walker. Episode 4, The Mandalorian gets woke. Mandalorian episode 4 review, woke garbage. Damn, son. Damn. I didn't know. Oh, wait, what's this? The mob wins. Gina Carano fired. Gina Carano fired by Lucasfilm. Cancel culture wins again. Canceled by the left for having an opinion. Liars harass Gina again. Who is this, by the way? The icon of like an SJW. I always see it. I know it's from that video where you know, they're just like, no, but like to be still used to this day. I don't know if Zoomers would get this reference. Like, I think Zoomers would see this and be like, "Why? Who is this person?" Still trying to cancel her. Cara Dune erased. They can't get rid of Gina Carano. By the way, I love how the Quarterings thumbnail has arrows pointed right at her boobs. I mean, you could say that this arrow, I mean, maybe this is me reading into it too much, but like maybe this arrow was just supposed to point at Gina Carano, so you knew that this is Gina Carano. That could be the case, although it does really seem like the arrows just to remind you that she does indeed have breasts. There are breasts. She does indeed have breasts. I'm just gonna pause for a second to enjoy this fantastic steel frame. So I'm just gonna kind of breathe it in. All right, that's good. Nice. And then here we go.
under the hashtag cancel Disney Plus, as I have just done after the predictable, I predicted it just 2 hours ago, that the cancel culture in social media will get Gina Carano fired, and just that has happened. This is disgusting. And the losers that are celebrating it now, acting like, well, she did it to herself. I mean, you can see all of these pro-censorship losers, like Blue-ray Angel, Gina Carano got you all got me fired from The Mandalorian, all of us. You did it to yourself. All of these people celebrating, calling it abhorrent and unacceptable social media posts. No, there is absolutely zero chance I'm watching The Mandalorian anymore at all. Period. You can watch, and I'm not paying for Disney Plus either, and you shouldn't either. This is absolutely pathetic.
Did Jeremy just say you shouldn't pay for Disney? Did Jeremy just try to cancel Disney Plus as a response to cancel culture? My word, that's wheels within wheels. I never knew. I mean, this is so meta.
It is absolutely cowardly, and anyone supporting this is a loser, and every one of her co-stars is quietly sitting there thinking like, boy, I'm sure glad I'm part of the same.
Jeremy is one of those people that makes me so proud to be a loser. Like, fuck yeah, I'm a fucking loser, son. Anything's better than this.
Weirdo freaking cult that everyone else is. That's exactly what just happened to Gina Carano. Variety reports. Lucasfilm drops Mandalorian star Gina Carano following offensive social media posts. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, the company said in a statement Wednesday after controversy erupted over the Mandalorian star's social media posts. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. A Lucasfilm spokesperson said in a statement, nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their culture and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. I'm not exactly sure what this is in reference to. Carano shared several offensive Instagram posts on her stories Tuesday, including one that likened contemporary political differences to the treatment of othering in WW2.
YouTube doesn't censor you if you say the word Jews, Jeremy. You're okay. You're not avoiding something there. I don't know what kind of weird dog whistle is going on there. Maybe this is something new to me. That was strange. By the way, this is the same man who tweeted out saying fuck Hitler is cringe. No joke. He tweeted that out. He's like, saying fuck Hitler is pretty cringe.
This is a sentiment.
And then someone responded with fuck Hitler. And he's like, there it is. I was like, what?
That I agree with. This is just how it happens. They other you so that you're not a person they have to think about as a human, and then they can justify to themselves the inhuman ways in which they treat you, the lies that they are willing to make up for you or against you to accomplish their end goal. See, once you dehumanize somebody, then it's just a matter of what's the right tactics, because there are no. So
he's doing the exact thing that she got in trouble for. He's doing it in real time right now. You know that whole thing where she said that it's basically the exact same thing. Nazi Germany, the treatment of the Jews in Nazi Germany is akin to the treatment of the contemporary MAGA crowds in the political scheme. That's what Jeremy's doing right now. He's like, well, just so you understand, this is how it works. Okay, first they dehumanize you, they other you, so that way they can vilify you. It's almost as if it's a scapegoat, and as they take away your humanity, as they're doing to conservatives like myself, then people will be justified in their treatment of you.
Wrong tactics when you classify everyone as an evil bad guy from WW2. This is absolutely disgusting. And look at all these losers celebrating this. Tim Young saying, Disney will get rid of Bill Burr next because his stand-up isn't woke enough. They can't stop with Gina Carano. Get in line with leftist ideology or you're canceled. Gina Carano has been reportedly fired. If true, who? I'd love to know that source. By the way, we're getting an official comment. Well, it has been official. And
man, Jeremy, he really flirts with the anti-Semitism, eh? All right, so basically he does what he always does. He goes through other people's tweets, points them out, makes a bunch of money. The outrage cycle continues. Finally, I'm going to see what Crowder had to say.
So the minute she comes out to defend herself, you're like, oh, that's a fascist. She's somebody who's just absolutely abhorrent.
Is that abhorrent beat
Stoner
boot bot
McGee, thank
bitch?
you.
Right.
Like, how dare she post that and then also prove her point?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. AOC said the ICE camps at the border was concentration camps.
yeah.
So what's the difference?
Everybody can use that comparison unless you're a conservative, apparently. And she also tweeted out something about the election, right? About election fraud, saying,
Oh, dear God.
All we want is to make sure, and it was a longer tweet, but just want to make sure we have free and fair elections.
Yeah.
Let's just investigate and make sure
That's
everything's
cancel-worthy.
good. So that you don't wake up questioning.
And
That's
this
it.
is the theme of the day, by the way. Disney, mass market in China. We'll get to Mark Cuban refusing to play the national anthem,
Uyghur
appeasing
camps.
communist China. And then, of course, the impeachment. I mean, you have Eric Swalwell, whose forte is banging Chinese spies.
Well,
You know,
I think
I know there's probably not a lot of people here in this audience, but does anyone? How do you not find that voice grating? Like I find it really hard just to listen to it and then do reviews. But I never know when he's gonna go up here or when he's gonna sound normal. He's got a normal regular voice and then it just goes really high. I never know when that's gonna happen.
think he may be the one person she didn't sleep
Go
with.
to a dirty Asian massage parlor, and they have his picture on the wall like a dry cleaner as a celebrity regular client. He's talking about foreign interference?
Yeah.
Eric Swalwell, you bang Chinese spies. That is your legacy. Anthony Weiner showed his penis. You have sex with Chinese women.
Could have been worse.
So we have several words today, but China.
Not much worse.
China is one of the themes, and they want to cancel this woman, Gina Carano. I followed her for a long time. No one has a bad word to say about her
Gina's
personally.
great.
And this is what they do. They depersonalize people. They dehumanize people. Well, really, she's transphobic. She's not transphobic.
I mean, I just came in here to hear what you had to say about the actor. I didn't know we were going to get this. Like, I guess this is just what it always is. The racism's always turned up to 11, and then of course if anyone points that out, it's like, well, no, it's not racist. These are jokes. These are jokes. Just casual jokes. Don't worry about it.
Well, really, she what was the other thing? Transphobic, anti-Semitic, which that could not be less
Right.
anti-Semitic, and anti-mask. Well, you know what? You know who else was anti-double mask? Fauci, after he was pro-double mask, and now he was anti-double mask, and now he's pro-double mask again. We're going to have 3
Not
masks.
true.
And the CDC before they changed their
Oh, the
stance.
NIH director as well. I mean, all these people. Come on.
Trust the science and ignore your internet time machine. Because science never changes. That's the thing.
You go 2 weeks ago. This isn't like forever ago that Fauci was against these 2 masks.
It was 1 week
recent.
ago.
Yeah.
It was 1 week ago.
I was being generous.
It was our first show back.
Try to be
It's
generous.
like there's
Okay, well, I guess they're not going to talk much about Gina. They're going to use this as a platform to talk about whatever they want. So I suppose we'll have to get to the crux of this entire thing. Is this whole thing cancel culture gone wild? Are we witnessing the beginning and the end? All right, so we got ourselves a problem with the whole... Oh, no, wait, we don't want to do that. I'm always screwing this up. Not the greatest of artists. So we got ourselves free speech over here. Okay, now we got ourselves... private corporation. Gonna put that over here. Make this a little bit bigger. Now, put Gina Carano up here. Alright, so put that down there. Don't worry everyone, this is scientific, alright? This is for science. So, I'm going to just draw a mouth. And out comes edgy shit. Now, the big question is, where does this fall? And maybe I'll move this right over here. What category does this fall in? Is this a private corporation dictating what they want, or does this qualify as free speech? And this seems to be a problem for some people to understand, but as of right now, it does not count as free speech whatsoever, at all. It's a private company, in this case Disney, Lucasfilm. They have signed a contract with Gina Carano. That contract, and maybe I'll just do this so everyone can understand. Here's the contract. There's some lines here. Morality clause right in the middle. Little signature there. Thumbs up. This contract is binding with Gina Carano's career. And part of this contract in the morality clause most likely will say, you're not allowed to say anything that we deem to be offensive. Now, I don't have any details about what the contract says. We will never know, but I'm sure it's extensive and powerful enough that Disney can do what they want flippantly at any time and fire her. It doesn't fall under the grounds of free speech. Now, don't get me wrong. It's kind of a very scary principle for an employer to fire you for things that you're doing outside of the workplace. However, when it comes to the media and media representation, there's a very, very big thing, and this is not something new, where people have brands. In the case of Disney, it's a squeaky clean brand. They don't want people out there saying things that are inflammatory, so they most likely will make celebrities, people who are involved in that brand, people who sign lifetime contracts, to say that if you do anything that we think disparages the Disney name or brand, you're no longer going to work with us. And that's unfortunately for Gina Carano. Did I spell that wrong? I spelled it wrong, didn't it? Cancel Lance. Carano. Oh, what would I? Oh, now it's not science. It's not scientific anymore. Now we have no idea what we're watching. Now what's even happening? You know? Are they gonna get rid of Rosario Dawson for assaulting a trans man? That's an odd one, eh? How did that happen? How did Rosario Dawson get a pass? Okay. Let's do compare contrast. James Gunn in one corner. Okay, now everything's gonna make sense. And Gina Carano. Okay, we have the two of them. So, old tweet is revealed. that has a pedophilic joke. I believe that's what James Gunn did. I believe it was by Mike Cernovich. Mike Cernovich went on a big tear, trying to get everyone that he could canceled. And I guess we'll need visual representation of Mike Cernovich. Hold on. Oh wow, that's just, this is uncanny. I'm probably gonna quit my day job of doing political streams and just go straight to art at all times. Get those big rippling muscles, because he's taking those supplements. Yes, yes, look at this. You can see the raw, furious anger coming out. And I don't know, can I show exposed nips? If I do that, I'll probably get in trouble. I don't think he's quite to proportion. Maybe I'll give him some arm hair. There we go. Okay, so Mike Cernovich ends up revealing that James Gunn had made a joke, an old joke a while ago that was a pedophilic joke, and as a result of that, he was then terminated from Guardians of the Galaxy, whereas Gina Carano is making tweets currently comparing the plight of right-wingers to the Holocaust, making transphobic statements. I'm not completely familiar with the other thing that she done, and was also terminated by Disney. What happened after the fact, I'm sure everyone knows now, is James Gunn got his franchise back, was allowed to. I don't think these two things are comparable, personally. I think on one end, James Gunn, for people digging old jokes and also jokes, in poor taste, perhaps. I think Disney had a right, based on their contracts, just the way it's set up, to fire both individuals. Because I'm sure James Gunn has signed a similar contract with Disney saying, yeah, by the way, any clause, you know, anything you do to tarnish the Disney name will forever, you know, stain your relationship with us. James Gunn came out, apologized, deleted the old tweets. Gina Carano has basically been doubling down on these tweets, and I guess is still fired as a result. Now, they're trying to turn this into a free speech thing. And I've been saying this for a while. Free speech. It's kind of hard because America doesn't have hate speech. But I'll relate this directly to another event that's happening right now. Nathan J. Robinson. Okay, so you're someone who works at your job, and let's say you're very, very happy. You're having a great time at work. And you happen to be a member of the trans community. Then someone comes into work, maybe they have a long beard, they've got a website called The Happening, okay? And they're very angry. And they come to the same job as you. Now every day when they come to their job, they run in there and they act kind of cold, kind of distant, kind of mean, but at the same time, that's totally fine. You don't pay much attention to them, you know, you're like, you don't really know each other. There's multiple employees. Now the Happening goes home, and the Happening goes on to Twitter, goes on to his own YouTube channel, and the Happening starts espousing some of those horrifying transphobic shit anyone's ever heard. Well, in that case, the Happening, exuding his free speech outside of the workplace, has made the workplace dangerous for this other individual, because when they go back into work the next day, this individual might be horrified or frightened to have to work alongside the Happening. In which case, I personally would say that it's justified for the employer to then say, well, your freedom of speech is infringing on another employee's freedom of speech because they're too paralyzed with fear to be able to attend work, or worse. I mean, that's, you know, it could be something worse. As a result of that, I am going to fire you because you're making my workplace unsafe. Now, you didn't say all those horrifying transphobic things in the workplace, but you've got an entire YouTube channel, a brand, all that kind of stuff where you do that outside of the workplace, in which case, that's what we're gonna do. Does this relate to social media though? Because right now they're saying this whole thing has been enveloped in social media. Well, that's where I need to stop the music for a second and say something very serious, okay? This could be a gap bridging moment, I mean, this is something, this may be, and I know they're going to think I'm joking. I know they're not going to take me seriously. I know everyone who's a part of the right-wing apparatus probably despises me with every fiber of their being, but we have a common interest right now, all right? It's not any of the ones you probably think. It's the fact that both the left and a lot of people on the right, and even some people in the center, are really, really mad right now at big tech. They're mad at big tech having the ability to do whatever they want. They are mad at big tech for policing our speech. Now, the problem is the big tech companies, Alphabet, Twitter, Facebook, ICQ, MySpace, all of them are private corporations. So they have to fall under the purview of the laws put in place for private corporations. It has nothing to do with free speech. If we say this is a free speech argument, you are ceding territory to big tech. You are giving big tech that side of the argument. Now big tech suddenly is like, wow, yes, I am a god and I do control our speech. The problem is that these big tech companies, they've grown to such a size that they now police and monetize all of our social interactions. So, since we're both on the same page on this, we both hate this, we both don't want this to happen anymore, I say that we should all be focusing and concentrating our energy on breaking them up, breaking up big tech. That should be the way forward. Everything else you're trying right now, and I say this to the right because right now they're trying to do a whole bunch of lawsuits against these big tech companies. They're trying to find politicians who will back them up in this, in the government. Guess what? The problem is under the capitalist system, these monopolies, they're very, very powerful. They have all of the monies, and with that the monies, they can also purchase influence. They can also do things that you will never be able to do. They're simply more powerful than any one of you. So we have to take it upon ourselves to start working towards making this closer to the free speech paradise we all desire. Something in which the public forum can be controlled by the public. The public. There it is. There it is. And now I need to get back to art time. Guess we gotta move on to the next part.
I'm Oleg, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'm another leftist critiquing current day events, and I do like to make both serious and fun content. So that can include things like reviewing current day events, calling out right-wing commentators, and even making fun little Coke compilation type videos. So if that interests you, then I'd love to welcome you guys on my channel. So I hope to see you guys soon. Otherwise, see ya.
If you want us to advertise your channel or work, please go to weareserfs.com and email us a 20 to 30 second ad, and we'll take it on to the end of one of our videos to help promote your leftist channel or progressive something. Whatever you do.
To our gods, Anra, Xander Corvus, Schlatsky, we look to the stars for your divine guidance. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are merely puppets for your amusement. To our lords, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Hans Josephine, Ryan Lubin, Timothy K. Meeblebeeps Jr., Bisexual Black Gamer, and Tofox, we shall carry your banner into the fog of war. To our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Jimmy Bignuts, Andreas Chiringuito, Yoppie, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Thomas Barrington, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Radical Maniac, The Great Pudini, Kale Kotka, Anthropophagic, Serene 42, Chronic de Hemphog, Phone Jenny, Incosin, Constance Joyce Lacheris, and Ramon Acosta, we drink with you and we salute you.